To go ahead and get that dolly out of my card.
This regular meeting of the Navasota City Council is called to order on Monday, the 22nd of September, 2025 in council chambers. Let the record show all council members are present. Welcome and thank you for being here this evening. We ask that you put your cell phones in the silent mode. And a reminder to visitors, please sign in. If you wish to speak under visitors' remarks, please fill out the form found in the foyer. State your name and address at the podium, as we must document all meeting business and remarks limited to 3 minutes. Tonight's invocation will be led by Pastor T.J. Green, First Baptist Church, then followed by the pledges.
Let's pray. Lord, we come to you tonight. We are so grateful for the gift of life. We are grateful for the love and the mercy that you show us on a daily basis. God, we are grateful for this wonderful city that you've placed us in. And Lord, I pray tonight as a council and the community talk over things that are very important to our community here. Lord, I pray for wisdom and guidance. Lord, I know that in the current political climate that we have in our country, Lord, we need to be united. And I pray, Lord, for wisdom in that for all parties involved, Lord, as we discuss the business of Navasota, Lord. Bless this community. Continue to use this community, God. Raise up young men and women out of this community to go on to do great things. We are grateful for what you've done and what you're going to continue to do. We love you, Lord, and we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
In item 3, remarks of visitors, we do have some. They'll be at the item level further in the meeting. And item number 4 is the staff report. We will start with some proclamations. First one this evening will be for National Night Out. Anyone here that would like to please come forward, the chief and anyone else for this event. Hello, sir. Hello. Whereas on Tuesday, October 7th, the city of Navasota will participate in the celebration of annual National Night Out. Great opportunity for the community, law enforcement, and other public safety officials to join forces with over 37 million people nationwide in support of America's Night Out against crime. The event is planned to promote crime and drug prevention awareness and to strengthen police-community partnerships to keep our neighborhoods safe. And it's essential that all citizens of the community be aware of the importance of crime prevention programs and the impact that their participation can have on reducing crime in Navasota. Therefore, I, Burt Miller, the mayor of the city of Navasota, do hereby proclaim the night of Tuesday, October 7th, 2025 as National Night Out and call upon all citizens in Navasota to join the Navasota Police Department and other public officials in support of National Night Out by hosting a block party or joining in on a block party on October 7th. Signed this 22nd day of September. I believe, Sarah, you're the one to call or email about it. I think we're still taking, still needing more block parties, so anyone interested, please give Sarah a call or anything else you want.
No, you can go online and register online, or you can call the police department and speak to me directly, either way.
Thank you. This next proclamation is for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas domestic violence does not discriminate and affects all communities, and it's critical that those seeking help or services have access to trauma-informed care and services. In 1987, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence observed its first Domestic Violence Awareness Month and established the first Monday in October as the National Day of Unity. During the month of October, victim advocates, domestic and sexual violence centers, government agencies, and communities all across the country come together to recognize those who work to end violence, celebrate those who have survived, and mourn those who have died because of domestic violence. Domestic Violence Awareness Month is an opportunity for domestic violence advocacy agencies, systems partners, communities, and allies honor domestic violence survivors and increase opportunities to educate communities, support families, and prevent domestic violence in our community. Therefore, I, Burt Miller, the mayor of the city of Navasota, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and call on everyone to speak out against domestic violence and support local efforts to assist victims of these crimes in finding the help and healing they need. Signed this 22nd day of September. Next, we have Fire Prevention Week 2025.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look here. All right. Let's see, who was the lucky one? Whereas the city of Navasota is committed to ensuring the safety and security of all those living in the city of Navasota and visiting, fire remains a serious public safety concern both locally and nationally, and the presence of lithium-ion batteries in many household devices introduces unique fire risks. Most of the electronics used in homes daily, including smartphones, tablets, laptops, power tools, e-bikes, e-scooters, and toys, are powered by lithium-ion batteries, which, if misused, damaged, or improperly charged, can overheat, start a fire, or explode. The National Fire Protection Association reports an increase in battery-related fires, underscoring the need for public education on the safe use of lithium-ion batteries. Residents should follow 3 calls to action. Buy only listed products, charge batteries safely, recycle them responsibly, and prevent battery-related fires. And lithium-ion batteries store a large amount of energy in a small space, and improper use such as overcharging, using off-brand chargers without safety certification, or exposing batteries to damage can result in fire or explosion. The proper disposal and recycling of batteries help prevent environmental hazards and reduce fire risks in the home and community. City of Navasota first responders are dedicated to reducing the occurrence of fires through prevention, safety education, and community outreach. 2025 Fire Prevention Week theme, Charge into Fire Safety. Lithium-ion batteries in your home serves to remind us the importance of using, charging, and recycling lithium-ion batteries safely to reduce the risk of fires in homes and communities. Therefore, I, Burt Miller, the Mayor of the City of Navasota, do hereby proclaim October 5th through 11th, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week throughout the City of Navasota.
They will be, meeting up with our school district, and our elementary schools, and be visiting them this month, and, along with some daycares and,
Who do you have there with you?
that's party.
Thanks for joining us. And next we have a proclamation recognizing World Teachers Day. Happen to have any teachers in the house? Looks like we
Got a
do.
few.
All right. Oh, and the superintendent, Mr. Dr. Music. All right. Thank y'all. Whereas World Teachers Day is recognized annually on October 5th to celebrate all teachers, not only around the state of Texas, but also around the world. It's not only a day to celebrate how teachers are transforming education, but also to reflect on the support they need to fully deploy their talent and vocation, and to rethink the way ahead for the profession locally and around the globe. Navasota's future strength depends on providing high-quality education to all students, and that teacher quality matters more to student achievement than any other school-related factor. Our NISD teachers demonstrate great resilience, adaptability, and creativity to help our students be successful on a daily basis. We encourage our community to recognize and support not only our teachers in educating the children of this community, but also #TeachersCan, which is a statewide movement supported by more than 125 partnering businesses and organizations committed to elevating the teaching profession and honoring the critical role teachers play in the success of Texas. Therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Burt Miller, the Mayor of the City of Navasota, join #TeachersCan and its partnering entities across Texas celebrating World Teachers Day and proclaim October 5th to be Navasota Teachers Day. I encourage members of our community to be a light for all teachers and personally express appreciation to our teachers and display a light blue ribbon outside your homes or businesses the week of October 5th as a symbol of support to our educators.
Thank you.
Mr.
Oh, yes.
We'd like to now recognize years of service to some of city staff.
We'll do Paul Weehouse first.
Okay. All right, there he is. The achievement of 25 years of service, Paul Weehunt.
Well, I'm working on, 5 bosses. I remember 6. Things are not running me off.
And for 5 years of service, William Clark.
Very good. All right, good job, guys.
Going to call up Mr. Brian Colbert. Is he here? Okay. Well, you just go ahead and bring the whole crew. Bring the whole crew.
Here's their names.
Okay.
You got all of them.
You introduced the crew, but we have quite a special recognition tonight to the city slickers who recently participated in the Bubba Can cook-off contest. So I'm gonna let Brian just take over here and tell you all about it.
Your team captain.
Oh, man. All right. So this cook-off, we took home 2 trophies. We got first place chicken and second place brisket.
Woo.
There we go.
Very nice.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, come
We'd
out here
like
in
to
front.
Thank
get
you
a
for
picture.
y'all's continued support.
Oh, one more.
Oh, I won't.
And I judged brisket, but I don't remember which one it was.
It was the second place.
It was the really good one that got second place.
All right, thank you, Mayor. And next we'll have a CIP update from our project manager, Matt Julian.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, Matthew Julian, Public Works Project Manager. Not a lot of exciting updates today. Everything's running smoothly. Work on the water tower is still going. They're currently working on fabricating what's going to be the top of the bowl. So it should be up there this week or next with coating taking place once all that is completed. Still on schedule. The street maintenance project, we did finish the punch list and give it to the contractors last Tuesday. As of Friday, they still haven't completed everything, but they're working on it, so we're excited to get that project wrapped up. The Rosa Street project, we're still waiting to hear when the bridge is gonna be installed. We did reach out to TxDOT during our monthly meeting last week about the pedestrian sidewalk on the creek side, about potential for vehicles. And basically they said you should have caught that during design phase. So we're still working on it, but that may be something we have to address after the project is complete. But we're still working with the solution with Fuquay and with TxDOT on that. The TxDOT sidewalk project on West Washington is still scheduled to start October 6th. Our crews have been working to move water meters that were going to be in the middle of the sidewalks. We've done 4 of them last week, and we're doing our final 2 tomorrow. And then those will be out of the way for when they start. And then the next sidewalk project is the 3090 project, which is going to be sidewalks from Highway 6 all the way to the railroad tracks. And they've currently shown that there's 11 water meters that need to be moved. Again, they're going to be in the sidewalk. So we're going to start that on Wednesday. The project isn't going to start until probably May of 2026, so we have some time, but we're going to go ahead and get those pushed out of the way so that they won't be an issue. And that's all. If you have any questions,
I have a question. Have we let the citizens know that live along that route? Let them know that that's coming? I know that there was talk a few months, I don't know what a few months ago, but sometime back that it was going to happen. I'm thinking about the sidewalk that went on Brozig. People were kind of like, oh my gosh, this kind of came out of nowhere. Are we going to let folks know?
Yeah, so the for the Piedmont project, the TxDOT workers did reach out to the customers first. I think one in person, then they sent out letters, and they actually did hold a kind of a forum. I think it was 2 days at the Navasota Center where customers could come look at the plans, ask questions, and make changes. So we have let them know, and we will be, as we're working in their property, we will talk to them ahead of time, let them know we'll be there and work around their schedules.
Pertaining to the street project, when you said punch list, can you kind of share what those what needs to be done?
The majority of it was just kind of final cleanup. There were some roads where the edges needed to be cleaned up. I think A Street had some large pieces of asphalt on the side that needed to be picked up. Just little things. But we are working with them to get those finalized. Thank you.
Thanks. Any reports from council on boards and commissions?
Mr. Mayor, last week there was a meeting of the Parks and Recreation Advisory Council, and they went over the accomplishments of the previous year and then, just a brief idea of some of the things that are coming up this year.
Just would like to say thank you to the Public Work Department. We've been having problems with the water over at the Progressive Center, the bill being pretty high. Finally contacted Jennifer and she sent one of our guys over, and surely enough, we did have a leak. He was able to find the leak for us, and just want to just give a big shout out to Public Work for taking care of that.
All right, Mr. Heminger, you had some items.
You have some items?
Too fast.
No, I do have a couple for these. Recap. Great proclamations tonight. Great events coming up. We will have some more next month. So a lot of different recognitions coming up in the next couple months. Just a great testament to a lot of dedicated employees serving this community, the years of service, that we recognize tonight. And then there's a lot of those around the city. And I've also wanted to just kind of recognize that we had several really successful events over the last week or so. Our Parks and Recreation team hosted an annual daddy-daughter dance that was very well attended and well received. We also had a family fishing day event out at Patook Pond over the weekend, both great events. The local downtown shops had a sip and shop this week, and a pickle palooza over at the Wildflower that just had a lot of folks out walking up and down Main Street. It was really good to see. And again, I'm still in my first few months here, so always heartened to see the community coming together and seeing these things. So again, just thanks to the staff for helping where they helped, and to the community at large for just coming together for these kind of events.
Okay, so coming up on the 23rd of September is the cooking class dinner tonight, hosted by AgriLife Extension. That's from 10:30 to noon on the 23rd. The 23rd and the 25th, Art with Joe for ages 9 to 10. It's at 6:30 at the Navasota Center. The 24th of September, knitting at the Navasota Center, 10:30 to 11:30. The 25th of September, Pokemon Club at the library at 4:30. The 29th, Art with Allison, ages 6 to 12 at the Navasota Center. Yeah. And then the 7th of October, which we just talked about, National Night Out's coming up, and it's be from 5 to 8, and there is still time to register. Moon at navasototx.gov, or go to navasototx.gov and you can register online. And then obviously, if you are having one in your neighborhood, please come on out and join your neighbors and meet our local police officers, and they'll visit with you about some safety things that you may or may not be aware of. October 11th coming up is the Farmers Market. The 18th of October is household hazardous waste at the Twin Oaks facility on Highway 30 in College Station from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's for household hazardous waste on the 18th. The 21st of October, next American Red Cross Blood Drive at the First United Methodist Church. And then the 28th of October is Treats on the Street, right over here from 6 to 8 on the 28th.
Navasota Theater started their 40th season last weekend with Don't Dress for Dinner. It will continue this coming weekend, 19th, 20th, performances at 7 and a matinee at 2 o'clock on Sunday. And then the following week, it will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 and a matinee on the 26th. And then coming up, which is also very popular, and we thank the city for all their help, is the annual Lanterns and Legends that will be held out at Oakland Cemetery. And that is going to be on Thursday, October 16th, 17th, and 18th at sunset at the cemetery.
And then they will do an indoor performance for those that cannot walk the cemetery, or if we have a rain out, on Sunday, the 19th, at the theater at 2:00.
Mr. Mayor, I also forgot to mention, the Comprehensive Plan Committee met, last week and started our, discussions. And so it was a great meeting. Almost everybody was there, and, we're planning our next one, end of October.
Very good.
Also, are you talking about our, yeah, if you have not filled out your survey, please go online and fill out your survey. Spread the word. We're almost, I believe, at 3%, which is kind of an average for a survey. We need to hear from the people. So please tell anybody and everybody about it, to fill it out. It's very easy, but if you need some help, I'm sure they could come down to City Hall. Somebody will help you do it.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
No, sir, not on that one.
Item 5, consideration and possible action on the approval of the selection of Brooks, Watson and Company, PLLC, as the external auditors to perform an independent audit of financial statements of the city for the fiscal years ending September 30th, 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028, and 29, with an option to extend, and other related services.
Mayor, before you get started, do you want to call up the visitor that wanted to speak?
Yes, Taylor Perry.
Hello, Council. Taylor Perry, 516 Grimes Street. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to cover both topics just to be mindful of the executive session. I'm not sure how long that will take. But first, regarding the external auditor vote, I want to urge you to vote for reliability and accountability over cost. Brooks Watson delivered our 2024 audit months late, delaying transparency and weakening our public trust. While their fee is the lowest, firms like Donald Allman CPA and Whitley Penn bring stronger reputations for timeliness and value. Our community deserves audits that are accurate and delivered on time, and I appreciate the council members that responded to my email. If the issue is receiving a significant number of bids, I encourage council to evaluate the city's own process to retaining proposals. The reoccurring theme we are seeing is missed deadlines and a limited pool of applicants. That raises the questions on whether our current process truly attracts the quality and competition that Navasota deserves. And then second, I want to voice my support for Marissa Susteda and Sierra Rush for the Parks and Rec Board. Both are deeply involved in serving our kids and family. Marissa through soccer and Sierra through football. They're both on the boards for those youth soccer or youth sports leagues. They see firsthand the needs and the challenges in our parks because they work with our children every single week. Their perspective would ensure that the voices of the parents, coaches, and the young people are represented in the decisions shaping our community's future. I respectfully urge you to prioritize accountability in our finances and inclusion in our boards by selecting strong, committed leaders like Sierra and Marissa. Thank you.
Mr. Havinger?
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Mayor and Council, just a few thoughts as we get into the consideration of this item. First and foremost, want to acknowledge the valid concerns that have been raised at the podium just now, but on social media and through some phone calls and some emails. We certainly recognize that timeliness and accountability are extremely important with regard to the annual audit. It is true that it was late this past year. it's not acceptable, and we have had some pretty significant discussions, lengthy discussions with the current provider who the staff is recommending to rehire. We do feel like there were some mitigating circumstances that we discussed even last meeting with when their audit was delivered. It was their first year. With any first year audit firm, there's going to be a learning curve. There will be some items that have to get there. They have to learn our internal processes, get those with their personnel. And there was also significant turnover within both our finance department and the city leadership, the city manager's office, that just kind of added to it. And then third, last year, which is not completely uncommon, it's not every year, but some years we require a single audit because we exceed the threshold of federal funding that we use. And last year that we did trigger that, which is a more complex audit process. And so the conversations that we had with Brooks Watson, the fact that they were the lowest bidder this year, and their commitment to already now knowing the processes, delivering timely audits, we felt like it made the most sense to go into it again, see again if they can uphold their commitment and deliver timely audits, or move a different direction. The other two proposals that we received, I'll say there were three received. One of them did not satisfy the RFP requirements, was an incomplete proposal. So it really, even though the price was there and it was higher than Brooks Watson's, they did not provide everything that was requested in the RFP packet. And then the third one was from Whitley Penn, and it was almost a 70% cost increase over what Brooks Watson's proposal is. And we just didn't feel like it was time to completely abandon this, bring in another new one, have that learning curve again. Felt like the most efficient process would be for the staff to work closely with Brooks Watson, and really just ultimately what I want to reassure the residents and the council is that staff will be on top of holding them accountable, meeting closely with them, and making sure that the audits are delivered on time with full transparency.
There is a provision that if they don't perform it,
Yes, sir.
we can terminate.
Yes, sir.
And do we have someone here tonight?
Oh, I apologize. Yes, Lewis is here. Lewis Breedlove from Brooks Watson is here tonight. If you all have any questions, or Lewis, do you want to say anything to him?
Yeah, I would hope that a citizen came with those concerns based on how the timing of last year was. So everything that was being communicated there was fully expected, at least if not communicated, felt by the community just due to the timing. So, so that was in line with what I would expect. But I can assure you that, based on what we communicated at the last meeting, those things, we don't see those being an issue going forward. Finance director, she's doing a great job. She was diligent in providing everything needed. A lot of unforeseen circumstances in the previous year that caused some delays, but just based on the work ethic there and what they're able to provide, and then knowing what we're going into this year based on our experience with the city last year being our first year audit, we have no doubt that we would be able to issue the audit in time. And so, yeah, I would be happy to discuss any specific concerns that you all may have over the audit, but would totally expect that those concerns coming from the community in terms of the timing of the audit.
Yes, I do have some concerns and some questions.
Sure.
On your letter of transmittal, you kind of spells out about your timeline and everything.
Sure.
And I know what you said last time was about the turnover with the finance department and the city manager that we had. But that was all, the audit should have been almost done by then. So how can you assure these 5 council members and the citizens of Navasota that what you're telling us today is going to be accurate from last year?
Sure. Well, so the timing of the audit was delayed even on the start due to the timing of when we were planned to start. that turnover happened right as the timing of the audit was beginning. So there is a time period between year end and when the audit begins where the city is performing the year end closeout, getting everything needed for the audit process. So there's that time period. And then when we had our scheduled start date was right when finance had experienced a turnover. So that resulted in significant delays and a lot of time of just slowly getting everything we needed. And then understandably, the finance department did have a lot of normal day-to-day things to address, being shorthanded. And then we were coming in asking for a lot of stuff because it was our first year performing the audits. There were a lot of things that were being obtained for support that were needed, a lot of contract and agreements, things of that nature that we had to review. And those things take time. And so there were a lot of things that were delayed that were just slow to obtain because there was not that carryover from the previous folks in the department that knew exactly where those things were. So it was not as simple as, oh yeah, here you go. It was, we're looking for it, we're finding it, we're obtaining it. And so it unfortunately was that to the timing. And so, as you said, that the timing of when that occurred, you would have expected the audit to be wrapped up at that point. Unfortunately, that just wasn't the case, just due to the time it took to obtain what we needed. So we did have numbers. We were working on everything. And portions of the audit were completed, but significant portions of the audit were still in limbo at that point.
Another question that I have concerns about. Last year, you billed us a little bit over $30,000 for the audit. And this year, you have quoted us $40,000. If we would not be talking to you today about this, we actually would have been at about $31,000. It would have went up just $1,000 for the previous year.
Yes, sir.
So then if I'm looking at 26, 27, 28, and 29, that's about a $10,000 each year raise.
Over the time period
There's last year's contract, the contract that you're trying to get this year. Okay, so what happened with the cost escalating?
Yeah, I would have the same question. So simply, when we proposed on the audit previously, we based it on what we understood as far as the complexity of the city, the number of entries, everything that we expected based on what we had information to go on at that time, on how much time we thought it would take to complete the audit. For the 24 audit, it far exceeded that. The proposal we submitted cut that back with the expectation that it would take us less time than the 24 audit did take. So had we based it purely on the amount of time 24 took, it would exceed the proposal cost now that is in the audit proposal. So just the knowledge of knowing what the complexity of the city is just made it more clear on the amount of time it actually takes to complete the city of Navasota's audit. So that we adjusted it based on the reality of the audit. So we also didn't know what people would come in at. We may have had other auditors who proposed lower than us, and we knew how much time it would take, so we would not want to take it at a loss, just from an audit standpoint, our audit firm standpoint. So had we continued on in the previous arrangement, we would have been operating at probably a loss at that point.
Yeah, because each year you've just been getting additional $1,000, but
that's right.
Right now, if we continue with you, you get an additional $10,000 each year, about $9,500.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And I think the other one, what was it, Pitney Bow or something? There was like $5,000 each year, and so they're a much larger company than you, but your rate, I mean, you're coming in at a low price, but each year you're going up $10,000.
That shouldn't be accurate. That it's up by 3% year to year.
Well, I'm looking at it right here from what you had proposed to us last year. if we had to stay without going out for new bids and everything this year, we'd have been paying you $40,321.
Yeah, I don't have a copy of it in front of me.
No, I'm sorry, $30,440 from last year's,
Right.
this year you went
So
up.
you're
1,000.
comparing previous year to this year.
Yes.
I see.
And
Yes, sir.
then your new rate. That's what I'm concerned about. Your new rate is way, way more than the rate that you had last year if we wouldn't have been here tonight talking.
Yes, sir. So our rate is not different. The amount of time that the audit requires is adjusted to reflect the reality of the city's audit. And so we took, if I were to just take the hours that were needed for the 2024 audit, it would exceed the proposed amount that I have in there this evening. Again, however, because we know you have folks in place and we know the complexity of the city's audit and some of those learning curve things that happened that first year will not be duplicated in the next year. The amount of time that the 24 audit took we would not need to match those hours necessary. So the hours that were estimated for the 24 or the 25 rather audit are based on knowing what the true reality of the time that would be required for the 25 audit. So that is adjusted to reflect the expected hours for the 25 audit, and then year to year after that, it's adjusted by a 3% increase. So each year after that.
So in reality, it cost us to rebid this to you more.
Unfortunately, yes, sir.
I'm just curious, how many, with all the audits that you have done, how many end up being late?
There are certainly cities who have experienced turnover or aren't able to get the support necessary for an audit. So those definitely occur. It's infrequent. I don't have a number for you, but it's infrequent. So that's typically when we work with each city, depending on the folks they have and when they'll be able to get prepared for the audit, to schedule the date the audit would start, and then the completion for the audit. We want to make sure there's plenty of time to allow for. There's 180 days the city has that you want to complete between 9/30 and 180 days out to the end of March. Is you would want to have it issued audit report by that point. So that's what we do, and there certainly are cities that don't meet that mark due to certain.
Is it more typical for you to be late because of getting the information or because of just conducting the audit itself?
It's due to the lack of being able to obtain the information, or there's turnover. It's some kind of circumstance like that would cause it. Yeah. So when we look at even taking on another audit, we always evaluate the staff that we have on hand. Are we able to fit it within that time? So we're not going to add an audit or propose on another audit if we're unable to meet the time requirements in terms of hours needed to complete audit. So in the circumstance where an audit is late, it's going to be due to those unforeseen issues where there's turnover or lack of support or something like that.
On your timeline last year, did you meet any of those dates on time?
The timeline, the timeline at the start of the audit, it was started in time in terms of the requesting, starting to get information. But at that point, and interim procedures were performed in line with on time. So we performed interim before the year-end portion of the audit, typically before the end of the year is even over. And so we performed that, and we had the kickoff meeting and started the audit. And that's when everything kind of fell apart from a timeline perspective, which would then work as far as like meeting the completion of the audit and then having a draft and all those kind of phases throughout the audit. Those were not going to be in line because once the timing of support there was no way to keep the rest of the milestones of the audit in line with the initial timeline.
Great. Can you explain something to me?
Sure.
On your timeline here, you've got meet with audit committee. Is that with your committee or with the city committee?
So it would be with like the finance department, or if you have an audit committee, so it would be with those who are over the audit over the responsibility of the audit within the city. So some cities will have an audit committee, a set apart committee, and others will have the folks that are over, so finance director, city manager, sometimes those there may be somebody on council who's involved in that as well. But so it's meeting with those who are with the responsibility of the audit as from the city's standpoint.
So that you meet with this committee here in Navasota last year?
I met with management and finance director, but there was not a committee for the city, so.
I'm just reading what you've got on your timeline here.
Yes, sir.
Mid-March.
That would be, so the mid-March, that's going to be when you're presenting to council for the completion of the audit, which was not achieved at that point.
I don't know if this would be typical, but if you noticed that there was an issue with the timeline, would it be typical for the company to notify council that there was a delay on the timeline? So if in the future we decide to go with you and you notice that there's something wrong, could you reach out to council and say, we're missing the deadlines, just in case there are situations where we are unclear?
Sure.
That has occurred.
Yeah, certainly. Typically, that's communicated to management, but we could certainly communicate it directly to council as well.
I'm just concerned that potentially information was communicated, but not disseminated to us.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, because of the.
And
Because of
Kerry,
the change in personnel.
The other question I have is, I just want to make clear or make sure before we make a selection that we can, for any reason, decide not to use them. We can not use them and not necessarily keep to the 5 years that they're wanting us to.
That is accurate. There's a provision in the agreement that allows the city to terminate either for non-appropriations or for any reason at any time upon 30 days written notice. So the city council has that discretion. You can do that at any time should you not be satisfied with the performance of the company.
And how do we make sure that that you would notify council? Is that something in the agreement or in the proposal that we need to, or a contract that we need to?
There are some notification provisions that I don't know if you know that offhand, Heaven or Robert. We can make sure that that's in there if it's not. I doubt that there's a provision that says the council will be notified directly, but if you would like that language in there, we can certainly add that.
Yeah.
I doubt you would have any objection to that.
Not at all.
Either that or have a set a timeline just for an update.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, had it not potentially occurred to us already or happened to us, perhaps we should, let's try to, fix that issue. And that was one of them. So if we could add it, I think just go ahead and add it. And that would help at least me feel more confident that if there was an issue, we were getting the information from you that there was an issue.
Absolutely.
We could also, by their recommendation themselves, create this committee and include a council member to be.
Certainly could.
Yeah. That would be an extra level of.
The reason that
oversight.
I have so many questions is because, I spoke out against your company here a couple of months ago saying that we need to fire you because, we've got the audit report 3 days before deadline, and that was unacceptable. And here we are again today facing you to give you $40,000 to do another audit that, you didn't perform. You performed, but you was late last year. So, us.
Yeah. I mean, I would have same concern. If I was sitting on your side, I would have the same concerns. Certainly.
And we're looking for the best interest of the city. And
absolutely.
And, you keep saying turnover. I just can't buy that because everything should be in place. Everything should be on a laptop or computer or something that someone should be able to just punch a button and get you the information to do it with. So
Sure.
something is wrong there that you're not letting us know on it. And so I don't know what you're trying to cover up, but
I'm certainly
we're
not
not
covering
really
up
poo-poo
anything.
sitting up here.
Yeah, the items that were missing were significant agreements and reports and like financial numbers were available to us. Invoices were available to us. There were just a number of things that we can't just create when we're doing the audit process and requires us to be obtained from the city. So, it's unfortunately, that's the facts of the status of that or the timing of that audit and what caused the delays. But I hate that you feel that I may be trying to hide something from you. I'm certainly not. And,
We gotta look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Some of it could have been
Okay.
our fault. We
No,
didn't give him
No, a lot of it
what he
is.
needed
A lot of
to
it is.
complete on
Well,
a timely basis.
but no one have owned up to it though. I mean, everything is, putting on the
Well-
past administration. But
Well,
if we're gonna own up to it, let's own up to it and let's stop just passing the buck on what happened by the administration or something.
I'm saying, look in the mirror.
Well, we're not doing it. I mean, we're making decisions and that's why I'm asking questions to make for sure that I make the right decision. We all got a mind of ourselves, but when we're looking in the mirror, we're looking at self. So I'm
That's
looking
correct.
at myself right
That's-
now to make for sure that I'm gonna make the right decision tonight.
That's right.
And I've got to make for sure by asking questions.
But my point is that the responsibility ultimately is ours.
We need
And
to,
the certain staff person that was the city manager at the time is no longer here. And so we have no way of truly addressing that. So what I'm saying is by looking in the mirror, is we are the ones that are responsible for hiring a city manager. And therefore there was a breakdown there. And so it's not fair to accuse them.
well,
something
it's
they have no
not
control over.
accusing when we're paying them for service.
It is accusing them.
No, it's making for sure you get the service that you're paying for.
That's ultimately correct.
Terry, is this formality that if we go with this company that we do the length of time that's on here, or can we do it 2 years instead of the 5 years? Or is
Well,
it just-
the way the proposal was set up was on a 5-year basis, and so I think you would want to be consistent. That may have
You already have an out.
affected
by
the numbers,
30-day
what you
notice.
received, and so I think it would, not be appropriate to those that submitted and didn't get selected. Their numbers may have changed. This company's numbers may have changed if they're looking at a different length of RFP. So I would recommend you stay consistent. Your backstop is you can terminate at any time.
Right.
So if you're unhappy, you can give them 30 days written notice, and that's your out with no liability to the city because it's clearly stated in the documentation.
And Robert, you feel real comfortable with this service, right?
I do. I'm comfortable with them and I know that we're gonna work closely with them. The reality is, regardless of who's to blame, I'm not trying to point
We've learned
fingers.
a lesson.
But
We're gonna put things into place
I
that
absolutely
aren't gonna
think we
let this
have.
happen again.
And I was hired April 28th of this year. The audit was already a month past due. I don't know that any council member had questioned, where's the audit? I don't know that, it had been followed up on. So I think we all have gotten a lesson in making sure that we're staying on top of this thing. And I can assure you from my perspective, as long as I occupy this seat, myself and the staff are going to be working very diligently. We have been having conversations, even in our weekly staff meetings, about closing out this fiscal year, already getting with our vendors, making sure invoices are received. We're closing things out this month so that at the end of September 30th, we can close out that fiscal year as quickly as possible so we can get everything to the auditors so that there's not an issue where the staff is to blame for delays. So we're doing our part. We're going to make sure they're doing their part, and you have our commitment on that.
Well, with that said, Mr. Mayor, I do move that we approve the Brooks and Watson, as the auditor for the next 4 years,
Second. That would be
It's
five.
five.
It's about
5 years.
Second. Motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. Gessner, to approve the selection of Brooks, Watson and Company, PLLC, as external auditors for an independent audit of financial statements for the city for fiscal years ending September 30th, 2025, 26, 27, 28, and 29, with an option to extend and other related services. Any further discussion?
Do we need to put that wording in the motion that we talked about?
The committee?
I think it's.
That's an internal.
I would feel comfortable if you would add that to the motion, if you wouldn't mind including with the addition that the communication
Oh, yeah.
directly to the council, if there's any
They're
delay
noticing
or.
a difficulty that they're not getting what they need.
Correct.
They
That
can come,
they would
be
communicate
requested to be
directly.
placed on the agenda and.
Well, or they could just communicate that directly with the
Right,
city
yes.
council, email, phone call to the mayor, that sort of thing. So
Sure.
I'll make sure that it's a written communication, but I think it would be helpful to have that in the motion.
I will amend that motion to that,
Second.
Susan.
I got it.
To include that?
Yeah.
Second, motion and second, to the amended motion. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, item carried. Thank you, sir. Item 6, consideration and possible action on ordinance 1074-25, adopting the city of Navasota's budget for fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025, ending September 30th, 2026.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, just to kind of recap real quickly just for us and to offer a couple additional thoughts. Just as a reminder, this proposed budget, very, very proud of the staff's work on this, and there's no increase in our property tax rate. There are no new employee positions added this year, and it does include some improved employee benefits, benefit side and retirement benefits as well as some substantial infrastructure investments across the city. With regard to the employee benefits, I wanted to bring up one thing. As long as there's not an objection, I would like to go ahead and implement the COLA, the cost of living increase that is included in the proposed budget in the pay period that starts today. The pay date would be October 10th. It does fall after October 1st. But the reason I wanted to go ahead and just make it clear and make sure there weren't any objections, our health insurance premiums are also on an October 1 start, and those did receive some increase. The city pays 100% of the employee-only coverage, but any employee that has dependents will see an increase in their premiums. And so I was just trying to mitigate that. If we have some entry-level employees that maybe this difference will matter, I wanted to go ahead and get the COLA implemented in the same pay period that the insurance premium increase will happen in. Again, it won't actually fall until October 10th because that's the pay date, but the pay period started today. So I just wanted to be above board and share that with you all. I did discuss it today with legal counsel and just to make sure, I wanted to talk to you all about that. And then just really, again, as I said, I think this budget does demonstrate a good fiscal responsible approach, supporting our workforce, committing to the infrastructure needs that we have, and And really just as my first budget here, my first few months here, I'm grateful for the opportunity that the Lord has blessed me with to be here, and thankful to the trust that you all have placed in me. And as I was thinking about, this adoption of this budget and the whole process of proposing it, it might not be a perfect application, but I thought I would share with you that I was reminded at one point during that thoughts of Proverbs 16:3, which says, "Commit your actions to the Lord and you will succeed." And so my prayer tonight is that this first budget that I was a part of in Navasota, that it does reflect faithful stewardship of our funds, and that it lays a foundation for the blessings of tomorrow for this community. Thank you.
The cost of living that you're talking about for the employees, that's at 2.5%.
2.5, yes, sir.
And that's for all employees, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I move approval of ordinance 1074-25.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fultz, second by Mr. Harris to approve ordinance 1074-25, adopting the city of Navajota's budget fiscal year. Oh, what'd I do?
No. I just wanted to remind you, it's a record vote.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted.
Fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025, ending September 30th, 2026. And all those in favor of the show of hands. And same sign for nay. Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I jumped in too soon.
No, that's
Stop.
okay. That's okay.
Do we need to do that 2.5%?
I probably would have missed it.
Do we need to add that?
Item 7, consideration of possible action on ordinance 1075-25, adopting the tax rate for fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025, ending September 30th, 2026.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, just I think you all already kind of have this, and we've talked about it in the workshops the last couple meetings, but no change in the tax rate from last year's adopted tax rate to this year's.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve the ordinance 1075-25.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gessner, second by Mr. Fultz to approve ordinance 1075-25, adopting the tax rate for fiscal year beginning October 1, 2025, ending September 30th, 2026, which is 0.5078 cents, correct?
Yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Or show of hands.
Record vote, yes, sir.
Record vote. Those nay, same sign. Unanimous vote. Yep. Item 8, consideration of possible action on ratifying the tax increase reflected in the budget for fiscal year 2025, 2026.
Yeah, Mayor and Council, this is, again, this is one of those truth in taxation legal requirements that says because we will collect more tax, even though we're adopting the same tax rate, we will collect more tax revenue than we collected last year. It's a combination of new homes in the community and increased values of those existing homes. And because there is an increase in dollars collected, the law requires us to ratify that we are adopting a tax increase because of the total collection, even though it doesn't say rate, it's the tax increase. So again, it's a
tax revenue.
You have no control over
it's
Mayor and Council, surprisingly, this is not a record vote.
Okay.
So regular.
Surprised that the state didn't require that. I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we ratify the property tax revenue increase for fiscal year 2025-26.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gessner, second by Mr. Fultz to ratify the tax increase reflected in budget fiscal year 2025-2026. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries. Item 9, consideration of possible action on interlocal agreement between the city of Navasota and Grimes County for fire protection in the unincorporated areas of Grimes County, fiscal year 25-26. Chief?
Mayor and Council, Jason Katkowski, Fire Chief. This is the annual renewal of the interlocal agreement between the city and Grimes County for the Navasota Fire Department to provide fire and emergency services to portions of the unincorporated areas within Grimes County. In return for those services, the county has agreed to provide to the city $115,000 for fiscal year 2026. This is the same agreement as last year, and Grimes County Commissioners approved this agreement at a recent Commissioners Court meeting.
Was this what you had requested?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the interlocal agreement between the city of Navasota and Grimes County for fire protection in unincorporated areas of the county for 25-26.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fultz, second by Mr. Harris to approve the interlocal agreement between the city of Navasota and Grimes County for fire protection in the unincorporated areas of Grimes County, fiscal year 25-26. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Item 10. Is that right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Item 10, conduct a public hearing on an order to repair or demolish substandard building located at 709 FM 379, Navasota, Texas 77868, and will open hearing at 7:11. Or we'll go to 7:11.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. Eric Covarrubias, Code Enforcement Officer, and next to me I have Mr. Miguel Cervantes. He is the property owner of 709 FM 379. I would like to bring the building for repair or demolish. I conducted an inspection on July 14, 2025. The structure has dangerous considered dangerous because it's harboring rats and mice. There is visible damage on the front and sides of the building. The walls are 50% or more damaged and deteriorated. I will also be translating as well. Traje aquí en la propiedad al consulado porque las paredes tienen más de 50% de daño. Ajá. Y luego está abandonada. The structure has been abandoned since 2018.
No utilities.
No utilities since 2018, correct. And then 2023, I sent a certified notice to the property owner, and it did get signed. I lost it. En el 2023 le mandé una carta de aviso de la propiedad que estaba muy dañada y que necesitaba reparar o demoler. Y sí firmó usted la carta, ¿correcto? On page 9, I have the certified notice from 2023 signed from Mr. Cortez.
We need to pause for just a moment here.
But Mayor Council, what I was explaining to the mayor is really, I think we need to find a different translator because, Eric is the one that is testifying as to the condition of the home. So really, it's not appropriate for him to be translating to the property owner who's an adverse
Chief's gonna get some.
entity. Okay, so if we could pause this for just a second and handle it that way, that would be,
Oh, there we go.
that would be preferable.
Oh, I know. They need to start over.
They need to start over.
You're gonna have to start over.
Start over?
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No problem. Mr. Mayor, City Council, I bring forward the property of 709-379. The supporting or walls are visibly damaged of 50% or more. The structure has been damaged by weather and the elements. And then the structure has been maintained in violation of any provision of the city's minimum building standards by the city ordinance.
Mr. Covarrubias, you may want
Yeah,
to pause and,
I'm sorry.
me está diciendo que la propiedad tiene más del 50% de daños, y no son bajo las provisiones para mantenimiento de la ciudad de Navasota.
As you can see from the images on page 4, there's a lot of wood rot from termite damage. And on the roof, you see a lot of damage as well.
En las páginas hay mucho daño en las paredes y también en el techo.
It is a manufactured home. It was built in 1987, so he is allowed to repair it.
Es una casa trailer del 87 y sí tiene el derecho de poder repararlo.
I did post the hearing notice on September 22nd, and it was signed on the 28th of August. Oh, delivered on the 23rd.
Y se la recibió el 23 y el mismo que la recibió.
I had sent a notice of violation on May 24, 2023, and I got a receipt that it was signed and delivered.
Igual le mandaron una notificación el 24 de mayo del 2023, certificada, y alguien firmó que la recibió, usted firmó que la había recibido.
Entonces, no firmé yo, pero sí firmado por mí.
Ok, entonces, pero sí la recibió.
Sí.
So the owner of the property lives in Houston.
Correct.
Correct.
So the owner has been notified for a couple years now about the substandard building. And it doesn't have utilities since 2018.
Purchased it in around that area.
Around that time, yeah. So I would like to, possible action to demolish the structure.
Quiere que le tomando acción para que la muevan de la Does he have the option to repair it?
That's what he has to present.
¿Usted quiere hablar para?
Sí, bueno,
¿Qué
yo
presidente?
quiero saber si me pueden dar un tiempo para remodelarla, porque el tiempo que yo la compré intenté poner los servicios para trabajar y después no me los dieron, no sé por qué, no entendí bien. Y después dejé de intentarlo por esa razón.
Permíteme traducir. He would like the option to remodel it. He said that when he purchased it in 2018, he did try to get utilities. He doesn't understand, or he didn't understand at the moment why he wasn't able to get the water turned on so he could repair it. So he is asking for a time frame that he can repair the home.
Eric, is this a modular home or a mobile home?
Modular. I'm sorry, manufactured.
Modular.
Double wide, right?
Y yo sí tengo interés en repararla, pero yo la compré así como se ve, así yo la compré, en esas condiciones, pero yo sí quiero repararla.
Okay, he said he does have interest in repairing the mobile home or the manufactured home. He said he bought it in these conditions and he would like the opportunity to repair it.
Does he have a time?
And he would like, if you guys are able to give him a time frame and give him the amount of time that he has to come back and present that he's repaired
Ask
it.
him what kind of time he needs.
¿Cuánto tiempo necesita para repararlo? ¿Cuánto tiempo necesita usted?
Si a mí me dieran un año, yo estaría bastante agradecido por un año, pero no sé si ellos está bien un año o necesitan menos.
He said he would be grateful for a year, but if that's, he doesn't know if you guys are able to allow him a year. If it's less, then he understands.
To start in a year or completed in a year?
Completarlo en un año, ¿verdad? Sí. Completed in 1 year.
So, yo creo que puedo antes que eso, pero no quiero.
He thinks that he can repair it sooner, but he doesn't want to assume that he can, so he would like about a year time frame.
Can he start working in the next 30 days?
¿Puede empezar en los próximos 30 días? He can.
And what's the intended occupancy?
¿Cuál es la intención después de que la arregle que empieza con la casa?
Bueno, yo quiero repararla porque mi primera intención es mudarme a vivir ahí.
He said he'd like to repair it because his main intention would be to move into it.
Oh, for him to live in?
For him to live in.
Owner occupied and then not a tenant?
I'm just curious, if the wiring is bad, the plumbing is not good, connecting city utilities to it will help do what with these? I don't know, can you connect city utilities to, everything is bad, I mean, from what you're saying.
Yeah, I did see a lot of exposed wires on the front panels. I would have to get with our building inspector, our building official, to see if he would need new rewiring, which I'm pretty sure he might need new rewiring. He would also inspect the plumbing to see if he would need new plumbing. So once he first provides a site plan and all the listed items, then we would be able to turn on the utilities for him.
I'm sure he probably doesn't have a full understanding though of all that process.
Porque él dice que
I don't know.
todo, la plomería, todo, no podrían prender el agua por el caso de la plomería. Entonces, cuando usted presente todos el plan de acción, ellos podrían determinar y si le pueden prender el agua. Lógico, para primero va a tener que, todo va a tener que ser nuevo.
So, bueno, yo nomás quería los servicios en la mira para poder tener electricidad para trabajar y el agua igual para poder tener agua para trabajar. No quiero para dentro de la propiedad todavía. Como tienen una faucet, ¿verdad? A donde llegar nada más, eso es lo que yo quería. Sí. Desde un principio, ¿verdad? Y pues yo sé que sí hay una que otra cosa, pero la caja de electricidad es nueva y adentro está nueva. No sé si tú pudiste entrar.
No,
pero la caja de electricidad está nueva y todo el cableado de ahí hacia adentro de la traila está en buena condición.
He's saying that the meter box is new. He asked Eric if he had been able to enter the home to see the wiring inside, and he said that all of that it's to his understanding, it's new wiring. He said that he would like access to he understands that maybe water can't be available in the actual home, but access to the meter so he can work on the home while he's there. That's where he's asking for the utilities to be turned on.
And to the best of your knowledge, we don't have there's not people that are squatting or living in there.
Not that I see, no, sir.
It's not a police
No, sir.
issue. Okay.
Mayor and council, if you determine that it's appropriate to allow more than 90 days for the gentleman to repair the structure, then our ordinance and state law require that a detailed plan be submitted to the council at the hearing, and that the council make a determination that the work can't reasonably be completed in 90 days, and then that he report to the council periodically his progress. And so if that's the direction you want to go, what I'm going to recommend is that you continue the hearing until the next meeting. And that way, that would give us some time to, we'd have to revise the order. The order is really drafted for demolition, but that would allow the gentleman some time to prepare a plan to present to council at the hearing and show you the work that he's going to do and the timeline that he has in mind and the details about that. And so, again, according to state law and our ordinance, that would be required if the council's going to allow him more than 90 days to complete the repair, if that's the direction that y'all are interested in going.
I certainly don't want to see if he's going to move into it and would like to do some work for him to have to tear it down. However, I'm just curious, we started this in 2018. Why tonight is it important to rebuild it?
I've sent various notice of violations since 2023. And then I guess he finally was, I don't know if it finally, like, he received it, but I did receive a call earlier last month mentioning that's when he was gonna start repairing it.
Le han estado mandando notificaciones desde el 2023. Ahora, ¿por qué de repente quiere, cuáles cambios para que ahora sí quiere remodelarla y vivir acá cuando tanto tiempo le han estado diciendo que la casa no ha estado?
Okay. Primero porque el trabajo no estaba muy bueno, pero en verdad las notificaciones en Houston, donde yo vivo en un área donde hay muchos buzones y todo el tiempo se pierde el correo. No es una excusa, no quiero excusarme con eso, pero sí he querido porque desde un principio yo quise. De hecho, yo tengo parte de materiales ya comprados poco a poco para ir enviando, pero yo puse más interés porque yo ahora sí miré la carta en la puerta de la traila, ¿verdad? Me puse una carta en la puerta de la traila. Entonces ya miré y yo averigüé porque no sé inglés. ¿Qué está pasando? Ok, tienes una cita.
So he said that in the area that he lives in Houston, there's a lot of mailboxes, and he said it's not an excuse. He's not saying that he did not receive the notices, but he actually saw this notice and paid more attention to it because this one was actually, I guess, placed on the door of the home now. And so he obviously doesn't understand any English, so he had the letter translated and understood that what it meant, what it truly meant now, and so that's why he expressed his interest. He said that his job has been a little down, but he has purchased material and has started purchasing material to get the house repaired. He said that he noticed the letter because he does maintain that he does come and cut the grass all the time on it. So that's why he happened to see that the letter was posted to the door, and that's how he.
And would he have enough time to put a plan in place for our next meeting that we continue the hearing? If we extend.
3 weeks, October 13th.
En 3 semanas es suficiente el tiempo para que usted pueda tener un plan de acción, como qué piensa hacer, cómo la va a remodelar para poder presentarlo en la junta en 3 semanas. Aquí mismo en 3 semanas. Sí. He said 3 weeks is enough time for him to present something to council in 3 weeks.
So we do not close the hearing?
Right, correct. So the motion would be to continue the hearing at the October 13th City Council.
That would be.
Yes, sir.
And I assume you have his phone number.
Yes.
So yo se los puedo decir de una vez, pero no sé si quieren que
No, sí, en papel que se presente.
Maybe there's like a sample or something of the plan that you would expect, make sure that he can
Yes, sir.
understand how to
The
put it
building official
together.
as well, to see what all he would need, like a punch list, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be all.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we continue this public hearing to our next meeting of October 13th. It give our citizen time to put together a timeline and a plan for us and make a decision at that time.
For repair.
For repair.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Holt, second by Mr. Harris to continue the hearing till October 13th, where the plan will be brought forward for repair. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries.
I would like to thank Anna for stepping in at the last
Yes.
minute to.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Anna.
thank you, Anna.
Glad she was here.
Could you be here in 3 weeks?
They may wanna,
We'll make arrangements, sir.
I was gonna say either us or.
If he doesn't
or
bring,
could
if he doesn't bring his own, we'll have someone.
Lesson
He
learned.
really should bring his own.
Yes.
Could look one-sided.
A lot of lessons learned tonight. Yes, that's what we just said.
All right. We're at 11. Okay, item 11, executive session. City council shall meet in executive session as permitted by section 551.074 Texas Government Code. Personnel matters for the purpose of discussion and deliberation regarding the appointment of individuals to the following offices, positions, City of Navasota boards and commissions, which exercise authority that is more than advisory in nature. Zoning Board of Adjustment, Planning and Zoning, Housing Authority. And time is 7:30.
He said his is from 2008.
Yep. So they got a little sign, a seal on there. about
Reconvene in
the
open
company.
session at 8:18 PM. We will begin with the Airport Advisory Committee.
Do you want to read that?
Huh?
Do you want to read the item,
And that's the item.
Sure.
number
Yep.
13?
That would probably help me. Consideration and possible action on appointments to the City of Navasota boards and commissions. These are the terms that are expiring September 30th, correct? Went out for applications, gosh,
In July,
been a long time. So,
and we ended it at the end of August, beginning of July. June, right.
and they were, ones that are on were asked if they wanted to continue, and then there were also new applications. And just as an overall note, we've had a large number of applicants, so that's great. All right, so we'll start with the Airport Advisory Committee. There are 4 positions that are coming up for reappointment, and there are 3 new applicants. Bedingfield, Gentry, Vaughn, and Arnold are up for reappointment. New applications, Ybarra, Miller, and Rush.
Michelle, is it safe to assume the positions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even though they're not listed? There's,
This one doesn't have
they
numbers.
don't have numbers. I wonder if it'd be easier to deal with numbers.
You know, 3 of the ones that are up for reappointment were able to attend all the meetings.
Michelle is correct, they are not listed positions for the airport. They're just all as members, not
At
positions.
large,
Yes, basically.
Councilman, if your concern with numbers was to appoint them one, I think you could do one slate, one motion for 4 nominees.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about numbers.
yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say definitely those 3 that showed up, 4 out of 4.
That was my opinion. I was gonna, Mr. Mayor, I move that we reappoint Scott Bedingfield, Bobby Gentry, Mac Bond, and Robert Miller for Airport Advisory.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Holt, second by Mr. Harris, to appoint Scott Bedingfield, Bobby Gentry, Mac Vaughn, and Robert Miller to fill the 4 positions of Airport Advisory Committee. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries. Next is Board of Adjustment, 5 positions open. 3 agreed to be reappointed, or requested to be reappointed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 new applications.
Mr. Mayor, Mac Vaughn has withdrawn his desire to be on this committee because he's on the Airport Advisory Committee, trying to spread the wealth around.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I move for the board adjustments. Position number 1 is Demo. Position number 3, Cowden. Position number 5, Fisher. Alternate number 4, Mize. Alternate number 1, Will Height. Alternate number 3, CHOH, Crop,
Grow,
Grow.
GROH, okay. Get that, Susan?
If he can, Dimmel for one, wait a minute,
Position number 1, Kathleen Dimble.
okay,
Position number 3, Dale Cotton.
okay,
Position number 5, Ms. Fisher.
Fincher.
Fisher.
okay, okay,
Alternate number 4, Anna Mize.
okay,
Alternate number 1, Will Height. What's her
Okay.
name?
Aaron.
Aaron
okay.
Will Height. And alternate number 3, help me with the name, Karen
Grow.
Grow.
Okay,
Grow.
got it.
We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. The slate as you just described. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None item carries. Okay. Economic development. There are 4 positions open, up for reappointment. Miller, Prescott, Hughes, and Clark. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new applications.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we go with the ones that are up for reappointment, Miller, Prescott, Hughes, and Clark.
Can you say that again, Barney?
Just go with the ones that are up for reappointment, Miller, Prescott, Hughes, and Clark.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Gessner, second by Mr. Harris. Reappoint Bart Miller, Kathy Prescott, Dylan Hughes, and Kevin Clark. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Keep Navasota Beautiful Commission. 7 positions open. 4 members, Leggett, Lewis Jr., Corpus, and Whitfield, agreed to be reappointed or continue. And there were 3 individuals that did not respond, right? Okay. And then new applications, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just as a point, it does say 7 positions open, but the way the ordinance reads, it is 7 or more. So we do have the ability to appoint more than 7. And with the amount of new applications, that's why I mentioned that.
And they do have to be a resident of the city?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it says. So that knocks out Tammy Smith, it knocks out Clarence Lewis, actually. And Ms. Leggett. That's when she lived in the city.
So just an observation, Mayor, you have 2 current up for reelection that are not residents of the city, if you're gonna go with that. You have 3 that did not attend a single meeting this year and did not respond to requests.
Right.
That makes 5, and you do have 5 new applicants that live in the city.
Well, Tammy Smith doesn't, it says no.
No, you have 5 that do
Oh, do,
reside
yes, sir,
reside
I'm
in the
sorry.
city.
Okay, that's right, 1, 2, 3. Yes, sir. Sorry, I missed that.
And I'm sure that more than likely, the reason those were appointed, even though they didn't live in the city, was because we just didn't have a lot of applications, more than likely, and wanted to get the committee filled.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we appoint, Willie Colson, Shannon Neal, Brooklyn Tennell, Deborah Fincher, and Jeanette Bota,
Jane Voto?
Jane Bota.
And maybe those 2 that are up for reappointment?
Yeah, and
Elizabeth and Tawana?
Tawana.
Yes, right. Yes, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yes.
Second.
Elizabeth and Tawana.
Okay,
Yes.
so, okay, motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. Gessner would be, Ms. Corpus, Ms. Whitfield, Mr. Colson, Ms. Voto, Ms. Neal, Ms. Tennille, and Ms. Fincher. Right? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Mayor and council, would it be okay if we just put them in a position, just, because these have position numbers, is it okay if we just take the names and fill them in on the positions? Is that okay with y'all?
However y'all want to do it. We got the names for you.
We got the names, we'll put them in position.
All right. Okay, Navasota Housing Authority, 2 positions open. Ms. Garnett and Ms. Westmoreland both have served and have also requested to continue serving.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we appoint Carol Garnett and Diana Westmoreland for Navasota Housing Authority.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. Holt to appoint Ms. Carol Garnett and Diana Westmoreland to Navasota Housing Authority for positions 5 and 2. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? None, item carries. Parks and Recreation Board, 3 positions open. Mr. Medeiros, Ms. Tejeda, and Mr. Fabian, all 3 up for reappointment and have agreed to continue to serve. And new applications, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 that are applying for the position of the 3 total positions. And the 3 that are up for reappointment have attended 100% of the meetings. So.
Mr. Mayor, we've had a campaign to nominate several people to this board. We would like to have as many people as possible be involved in this. The people that were named, Ms. Sustania and Ms. Rush, are deeply involved in, I believe, the soccer program and the football program. And we want their voices there. This is a situation that's come up not too many years ago. We were fighting to get people to volunteer for these things. Now we have more people volunteering than we have positions.
Well, and these are all open meetings. It's not like they,
I think that these people being involved in their problems, and also Ms. Millard involved in the Mudcat swimming program.
I think Brandy Tejeda, I believe, is involved with the Mudcats too.
But I'd like to see these people be involved and not just because we can't fit them into the board or commission, we're not turning our back on them. We'd like them to be involved, and it's not a matter of turning their programs away. But the Parks and Recreation does include a little bit more than some of the, sports teams.
Mr. Mayor, I move to appoint John Fabian, Marissa Sesta, and Sierra Rush to the Parks and Rec Board.
Yeah, you say we can add some? It's
No.
not limited to 7?
No, this one is limited to
7.
7 positions, and there are only 3 up. Now, that's not to say, there's 4 that come up in 26.
Yeah.
So we would definitely encourage anyone that
Well,
wasn't
that's
able
what
to
I'm
be
looking
chosen,
at,
they
too,
could
of the
apply
ones
next
that
year.
are coming. One of them didn't attend one meeting.
And the other one attended one.
Just 1 out of 3.
Yeah, we can't act on those tonight.
I know, but for appointments for next year.
Yeah. Well, and also making sure that these folks understand that all of them are welcome to attend these meetings and have input. It's not like they're
And
gonna be,
want them to be there.
they
I
won't
believe
be
you have
turned
a
away.
motion without a second right now, Mr. Mayor.
I know, I do not have a second.
Well,
Okay,
I
well, the
just
mo-
know I've got certain, Brandy Tejeda has been very involved. She's attended our meetings. I hate to see her.
Mr. Mayor, I move to appoint Brandy Tejeda, John Fabian, and Sierra Rush to the Parks and Rec Board.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Fultz, second by Mr. Holt to appoint Randy Tejeda, John Matthew Fabian, and Sierra Rush to Parks and Recreation Board. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries. And I would like to see us, from staff anyway, reach out to the ones that were not chosen to, let them know that when the meetings are and just so they can keep up. Because again, the meetings are open to the public, so we definitely would, more voices the better.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Planning and Zoning Commission, we have 4 positions open. Up for reappointment, Mr. Barcheck, Mr. Wisner, Mr. Peters, and Ms. Hancock. New applications, 1, 2, 3.
Mr.
11.
Mayor, I move that, I nominate Ethan Barchet, Todd Wisner, Randy Peters, Bert Beard.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Harris, second by Mr. Holt to appoint Ethan Barcheck, Todd Wisner, Randy Peters, and Bert Bearden.
Right.
Is that correct? Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, item carries. And thank you to all that applied, because there were, this was quite a time going through these to appreciate your interest very much.
And just on a side note, Michelle will get busy tomorrow getting letters out to those that were appointed, those that were not, and she'll take care of all that, so.
Yeah, in the letter to the ones that weren't, you can maybe say, this is when the meetings are. You can
And then we'll
say,
get the
and that-
website
that way they
directory-
would
the
know that
directory
they
correct.
are more than welcome to attend and get involved. that's the